What's up, YouTube? This is BOTCG here, bringing some long-awaited deck profiles. I think I'm just gonna start doing this every Sunday, just cracking off a bunch of deck profiles all at once. And yeah, so y'all don't have to wait so long to see like quote-unquote the finalized products of these lists. I know it's been a while since I've played my Bruce list, but this is more or less the conclusion I came to after playing that deck. It's a very aggro deck. You want to go second with it. Doesn't have much in the terms of defense. It's more of just like you want to hit your opponent as hard and as fast as possible. It's kind of a combo deck in the same way because you're not really like super aggressive before turn 3, but you do want that guaranteed damage before you're riding up to your turn 3. Because I've killed people like riding up on turn 3. It can happen. I believe the combo ends in 7 attacks. It's like either 6 or 7 attacks altogether if you're doing like the full end board. But the problem with the full end board, which it kind of isn't a problem, especially in this certain meta state, is that you just don't guard in the early game. You don't guard at all because you need to be at 4 damage for the full combo to work. But let's get into the deck profile, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. 3 copies of Persona Ride, just obligatory for the deck. 4 copies of Julian. He's needed for the full 7 attack combo, and he also board builds by himself. If you're just like you can technically not really take a turn off, but just apply pressure on turn 3, and then have your turn 4 as your follow-up kill turn. 1 copy of the Fire Regalis, just because it's added consistency to the deck. The only real way we have of searching in deck is Eli. That's the only way we have searching really in deck outside of Fire Regalis. So that's the reason why we're burning our 1 Regalis piece on that guy. 4 copies of Eli. Man, Eli is so good in this deck. Eli is so good in this deck. He just lets you like from deck to soul and then like to field works so well, and it works really well with the grade 1 promo as well. We're still rocking 4 copies of Jamil. Jamil, again, he just feeds cards out of your soul, and he's also a big beater. And then 4 copies of Gino. Gino is the main reason why you need to have 4 damage on your end combo where you're ending on 7 attacks, is because for you to get the full effect of Gino, you have to be at limit break 4 essentially, which means you just have to have 4 damage. But going on to our grade 1s, 4 of the new promo for this deck, 4 copies of Heinz. Which really sucks is that this deck did get support in the latest booster, but because like there's no space to play that card, there's no space for that card on your end board, it kind of solved a problem that the deck had, which was that like my column numbers are also like they're either decent to really good, but my Vanguard number is always bad, and it kind of solved that problem. But there's no space for it on your end board because of Heinz. Like, oh man. Countercharge. We got a new countercharger for this deck, and it's an awesome beater at the same time. It also recycles Diabolo's cards from your drop zone to soul, so it does everything. I really love Heinz. We're still playing 4 copies of Orlando. Orlando, again, it's another enabler for your full 7 attack combo. So yeah, and it's your prime discard fodder as well, so that's the main reason why we're playing that. And then we're playing 2 copies of Maple. The reason that we're playing 2 copies of Maple is that Maple is for when you're going first. Ideally, you want to go second with this deck, because if you don't get any outside of Orlando, you don't get any multi-attacks going first, not even off of VIAMANCE Bruce's skill, not even off of Gino's skill. You're not going to get any multi-attacks going first. You need to go second to enable your multi-attacks. So Mabel just gives you triple drive, so like you have something to do if you do go first. You could still push with numbers going first, but you won't be able to capitalize on those multi-attacks that you normally would do. But let's get on to the staples of the deck. 3 DPGs, 1 Elementaria, 1 of the of the Dark States Overtrigger. I'm using the Dark States Overtrigger in this list because I've really just fallen back in love with the Dark States Overtrigger, considering, like, especially in a best of one format, which it is the standard format of D series, and all my locals play best of one now. Just checking this and having it for the rest of the game is so nice, and that's my main reason for going back to it. 3 effect draws. You really do need to draw into your combo pieces in this deck. And then 8 vanilla crits, and then 4 vanilla heals. You want to maximize on your Diabolos triggers as well, just in case if you do have to unfortunately call them to board to help make columns. But yeah, this is my Diabolos deck profile, guys. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to run over real quick what your ideal board wants to be. But, and oh, also, I always forget to say this, but the Decklog is going to be in the description of this video. People ask for that all the time, and I always forget to mention that. So let's go over what our ideal board state is going to look like real quick. This is going to be our Vanguard, and we can just say that this doesn't matter, but we need at least 4 damage. You need a Julian. You need a Gino, and a Hines, and an Orlin. Orlin's going to be behind the Vanguard. Hines is going to be in front of Julian. Julian's going to be in the back row. And then you need a Gino column, which can be boosted by either another Hines or a Playmaker Eli. Now, these numbers are going to be better if you do Persona Ride, but you could still do this combo on your first grade 3 turn. So essentially what you want to do is you want to swing with this. It's going to be the weakest column. It's going to be 18k because your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3. So you're going to swing for 18, and then you're going to swing for 25. This is without Persona Ride numbers. If you did Persona Ride, this would be 28 and this would be 35. And then you're going to swing with Vanguard for 21, 31 if you Persona Ride. Vanguard skill, you're going to restand this column, and then both of these guys are going to get a plus 5k buff. And then his skill, you're going to Soul Blast 2, and then restand this, and then since you're at 4 or more, they're both going to get a plus 5k buff. So this is going to be 21. You're going to do your drive checks, so you don't check anything. And then, let's see here, the best way to do this is this way. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're going to swing again. This is going to be 23, 33 if you Persona Road, and then this is going to be 35, 45 if you Persona Road. Then you're going to kill these off of Orlin's skill, draw a card, and then you're going to Soul Blast 1 and Countercharge 1 off of Hines being retired, and then you're going to move this to the front row. And then you're going to swing with Julian. Let's say you Soul Charge. So you Soul Charge these. You're going to Soul Charge 2 because you're at 4 with Julian. So Julian is 18 by itself, plus another 8, which I believe brings him to 26, if I'm not mistaken. 36 if you Persona Road, or if you put any triggers on him. You're going to Soul Charge these 2, and then you're going to call these out ideally. You're going to Soul Charge whatever off of Hines. You're going to call this out no skill. And then your final column is going to be 18, 28, 38 without Persona Ride, 48 with Persona Ride. And that's your entire, let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's your entire 7 attack combo playing Diabolos VIAMANCE Bruce. Obviously it is better with Persona Ride, and you know your opponent can get damage triggers. That's why this deck isn't like very highly rated. I do consider this a rogue deck, especially in this current climate of a BOV meta that we're in. But yeah, there's really no other way to play this deck. It's just go to your opponent's face as fast and as soon as possible, And if you do survive to be able to get to your turn 4, you ideally need to Persona Ride to get that clutch win out of it. But that is it for this deck profile, guys. Let me know if you want more segments like this at the end of the deck profile, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.